Show me what you got. Hey, show me what you got. Hey.
What's up, YouTube? This is Calico the True Reviews, and I am back again with another video. And today I am doing a full review of Icon of the Seas and our experience aboard Icon of the Seas. I know this is one you guys been waiting for. Of course, we want to go ahead and talk about this ship. We had a lot of things to talk about this ship going forward. It was a lot of happy thoughts, a lot of negative things. It was also a bunch of mixed feelings aboard the ship that we experienced. And also, I'm happy that you guys did watch the vlogs and did participate in that. Shout out to my man Carlos. Shout out to Brittany. Shout out to my man Mo. Y'all were the top shotters on my whole videos that came out and showed out for me and actually said what up. So shout out to y'all, man. Pat yourselves on the back, man. I want to shout y'all out because y'all definitely showed up and showed out on the videos. Okay, so starting off with this series, let's talk about embarkation day. I was gonna talk about the hotels, about our experience with those, but I guess those don't really matter. We can probably talk about Hyatt Centric, how we got there to the port. Of course, we did get there via Uber. That day was pretty cool, like sunny, not a cloud. Well, it was some clouds in the sky. Let me take that back out before I start lying, y'all. It was some clouds in the sky. It was a couple. It was a few clouds in the sky. We definitely enjoyed it. We definitely got out there, had a blast. I would say probably about well, it took us a while to get to the port because of our Uber driver.
There was an accident at the port. They were redirecting traffic.
Yeah. Even though it might have seemed like an instant minute for you guys via the video, that guy didn't. I don't think he knew exactly where he was going and what he was doing, but nevertheless, we still endured via that situation. So it was cool, y'all. It was cool. It was cool. All right, it was cool. Embarkation day, when we got to the new Royal Caribbean port, the new Royal Caribbean terminal. As you would expect for a new terminal like that, it was very nice, very clean, very modern. The porter was very helpful. He came out, he was very attentive. He immediately addressed the situation. Hey, you guys got your birth certificates, your passports on you. Make sure you guys have that on you at all times before you go on the ship, before you leave your bags. Make sure you got that on you right now. So shout out to him, man. Shout out to that guy, because he definitely was on point with it. We do appreciate that. Then that's when we went through, we took a picture for the ship and all that. It was a very happy moment for us, all right? Very happy moment. And then once we left that, we went upstairs to get ready to board the ship. Of course, the terminal was very clean, very modern. It was very stylish. You could see those propellers in there. It just was a very, very very clean and very vibrant terminal. Going inside, it gets you in the mood to cruise. It was that beautiful in there, you guys. And then once we finally went in there, we went upstairs, we went in for the check-in process. Everything was smooth. The express boarding was cool. When we booked it on our app, we actually did the health questionnaire. We did our passport photos. I did my photo here at home. They had Bae retake her photo for some reason. I don't know why, but whatever the case is, that was pretty crazy for her to actually have to go back and do that. That was kind of crazy. Okay, so after she did her photo and we did my photo, once we did our photo, we went upstairs. No, we did the security check-in, right? Yeah, we did the security check-in when we went through the security to get our bags checked before we went upstairs.
In the terminal?
Yeah, in the terminal.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we went through the terminal, we went upstairs to we took the escalator up, and then we went through the terminal. We had to actually scan our passes again to get through the terminal to actually get
to the gangway.
To the gangway to the ship. So once we scanned that, of course, we was very excited. Babe was very excited. And then we went through. We felt like actual royalty going through that little gangway going up to the ship. Like you just don't understand. And then once I finally got on the ship, I was like, ooh, literally, because of the simple fact that I could not believe my eyes, you guys, on this ship. I could not believe what we were stepping on. Like, as soon as I saw it, all I saw was balloons. I saw that beautiful pearl, like, in the distance, like the aura, the vibes, like they greeting you when you're coming on board. You feel like royalty, you guys. Let me tell you one thing that Royal Caribbean does right. I was about to say Carnival, but one thing that Royal Caribbean does right now is their customer service and their hospitality when you get on that ship. Let me tell you, they make you feel like you're straight up royalty. All right, and as soon as we got on the ship, of course, I was in there, oh my God, you know, like Bay had said, you know, because we was talking about how many days we was on the ship, you know what I'm saying, 6, 7, you know what I'm saying, 6, 7. It is what it is, y'all, it is what it is. But, as soon as we got on the ship, of course, even other people, they saw me, they saw that like the fact that I was so excited about getting on that ship was so crazy. Like, they saw my reaction. Bay saw my reaction. She immediately pulled out her phone and started recording because she was like, "Yo, this is crazy." Like, you gotta admit you was shocked when you got on that ship. You know what I'm saying? When you saw everything, like the pearl and all that, you pulled out your phone, start recording. You had to go and get your flicks in. And then from that moment on, we went to our muster station, C1. It seemed like that's a gift and a curse for us because it seemed like we're always going to C1. I don't know why, but whatever. Then once we went to our muster station, we did that. Okay, cool. We left the muster station. That was very quick as well. So, and very, very informative. It was very informative, and it did help that going to that muster station, the guy was very attentive. It helped us very quickly. I didn't like the fact that somebody jumped us in line. I think it was like an Asian couple. They jumped us in line. I didn't appreciate that. So I don't appreciate y'all for doing it, all right? And once we left the muster station, we went upstairs. We went and got our wild bands. Those was $9.99 per person, all right? So those give you access to your room. They give you access to...
You didn't bring them?
Oh, I sure didn't. It's all good.
I'm in the closet.
I don't really need it. I don't really need it for the review, I don't think. But basically our wild bands, they were used but we still have them. All right, we still have our wild bands. We meant to grab them for the review, but it's all good, y'all. We for all intents and purposes, listen, it's cool. So we bought the wild bands. They was $9.99 per person.
And reusable.
For any updated newer ship that you go on.
Quantum class, Oasis class, and Icon class.
Okay, cool. So 3 classes of ships, you can use those on, all right? And soon as we got the wild bands, of course, we already did our research on the wild bands. They were saying that the wild bands can be used for like drink package purchases. No, like for purchases on drinks.
Opening your room, and then also making purchases on the ship. Like if you go to the store or you go to anything on the ship, because you don't use your actual credit card or debit card. You have to actually use your room key card or either use the wild bands. Arriving to shows that you reserved.
Yep. Arriving to shows that you reserved. You could just tap your little wild band and then boom, you get instant access into your shows, you name it. And we went around the corner to the piano bar, and we picked up our drink package cups. Mm-hmm. Bay had got the pink one. I got the blue one, or should I say purplish blue. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Listen, there's nothing like going on I'm about to say Carnival. It's nothing like going on a Royal Caribbean cruise and actually getting a memento like this. Because you can actually use this in your daily lives. Listen, even if you're sitting around being a big back specialist like me, you can just sit around and actually enjoy a nice, refreshing glass of whatever it is you may decide you want to drink. And then
have a collection of these in a minute.
I know, man. We're going to have a collection of those in a minute. Like, we're going to be sitting around talking about,
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna pull the blue one out today and go and drink out of that one. But basically, they have chips in the bottom of these cups where you actually can gain access into their freestyle machines. And yeah, basically pour any soda out that you want for the remainder of the cruise. And then after that, you can't use these cups anymore. But basically, I use them for whenever I'm out and about and I decide I want to drink on something. Like, say for instance, I'm down in my man cave and I just want to have just something to drink in general. I'm pulling this out. Let's see. Also on embarkation day, man. On embarkation day, we went over by the Aqua Dome and we actually saw the Aqua Dome. That was pretty dope. The elevators was fast, efficient as always. Royal does it once again. Listen, man, we 2 for 2 on the elevators. 2 for 2 on the elevators. The elevators was very fast, and not to mention, like, we never had a problem with the elevators. Not on embarkation day at all. We went to the Windjammer, and of course we had, you know, a bunch of the washy-washy guys around us. They was, you know, they didn't really do their washy-washy thing the first day. But soon as we went to the Windjammer, well, of course we had to wash our hands, we had to do all that other stuff. And then we finally went in there. Listen, it was very nice. They had ice sculptures. They had so many different beautiful things around there. They had all the food options you want. Even if you want Indian food, you want Mediterranean food, anything that you can think of, they have it, okay? And on a special ship like that, on embarkation day, look, they had steak, lobster, shrimp, cold options of steak, lobster, shrimp. Listen, salmon. They had chicken breast. They had any grilled chicken breast, anything that you can imagine. They had it, y'all. They had it. It was that good. Like, Bay will tell you, she listen, I had my plate stacked up. Go back and watch that video. I'm telling you. We had our plate stacked up. I'm still thinking about, listen, I was literally sitting at work one of these past days. I was thinking about it. I said, yo, I should book another Icon class ship like Star of the Seas out of Port Canaveral just to relive that moment again. Because you know what, man? Like, that moment really stuck with me, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie, that moment did for embarkation day. And then we went to the Overlook. We did Sail Away Party. That was lit. Bay had a good time with that. Then we went to the Overlook. We checked out the Overlook. That was a beautiful space on board of that ship. I could not believe that they actually put that on the ship. Like,
so beautiful that we never went back.
I know, right? That was crazy because it was so many other things on the ship to explore to a point where we didn't even go back because it was just that huge. But we did have a good time that we did go in there for what it was worth. Let's see. And then we went back to the room. We chilled out for a second. Then the room steward calls us, right? And then she says, boom, oh, your bag is downstairs with the security. You have to go down there and go get it. I'm like, what? So then now I got to go downstairs and go deal with that fiasco. And don't get me wrong with that whole situation. So when I went down there, I was pissed off from the video, you guys. You can look at it yourself. On the video, I was very pissed off. Listen, man, I was pointing fingers in people's faces. You know, I shouldn't have been doing that, but I did it anyway. And, you know, I didn't mean to do it like that. But I did do some research when I did get back from the cruise. And it did show that, yes, they no longer accept those cruise-approved adapters anymore. I don't know why. But at the end of the day, I used it on all my other previous cruises, and there was no problems. I don't know why, but maybe they just decided that, you know, it's no longer a thing, I guess, because they trying to save face and they don't want to deal with the unnecessary repercussions of people bringing on the wrong adapter and then all of a sudden then they knocking out all the power on the ship or whatever the case may be. I'm not sure. But do you have anything to say about that, babe?
No.
But after that whole little fiasco, man, like we went to Izumi. Izumi is always good, always a good specialty dining option on the ship. Listen, man, listen, that's like a ritual for us on
every ship, we always go to the hibachi restaurant. Bay knows that I'm a big hibachi lover. She knows this. She knows that I love hibachi to death. So she always gets on me about that. She like, yeah, you know, you're going to love your hibachi. You know, you always go for the hibachi. It's either hibachi or Chops Grill. And, you know, she's the big fan of Chops Grill, y'all, because she loves to go there strictly for the lobster bisque. The lobster bisque is her thing. For me, I can say that the shrimp cocktail is always one of my favorites, and then I tried the Wagyu beef. But listen. Let me backpedal from that for a second because I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting ahead of myself. That I don't think I should talk about that right now because that's not the day we actually went to Chops Grill. All right. So, and on embarkation day to go pick up my bags, of course, I had to drag it upstairs, take it upstairs back to our room on the elevators, which was kind of a nuisance. Then I think we went to a comedy show after we went to Izumi and I dragged my bags back upstairs. We did a comedy show. The comedy show was good, actually. I know that
I fell asleep.
Yeah, you sure did. She did. She fell asleep. No, I think it was that the last
The last comedian.
Was it the last? Cause we went to 2 comedy shows. I think you went.
We went to one on embarkation day. It was 3 comedians. I fell asleep on the last one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she did fall asleep on the last one. See the comedians, they was okay with me. I didn't have a problem with the comedians. I think that there's always gonna be one that you're not gonna be in favor of on the cruise ship.
He was okay. I didn't fall asleep because he was boring. I fell asleep because I was exhausted.
Yeah, I can understand.
It was like, what, 10 o'clock at that point?
Yeah, something like that. And then once we got through with that, we came literally back to the room and got ready for the midnight drop for the balloons. And let me tell y'all, it was so many people down there, y'all. So many. And it kind of made you get a little claustrophobic because you got so many people shoulder to shoulder with you standing down there trying to participate in the balloon drop. So listen, it was beautiful down there. The crowd participation from everybody being down there and actually participating in that whole little situation was good. We enjoyed it. The ambiance is always good down there on the Royal Promenade. Like the from the songs that we heard from Bruno Mars to Jungkook standing next to you to anything that you can imagine, like R&B, pop, or just K-pop, like they had it, okay? And let's see, I think that concludes day 1 for embarkation day. And then we move over to sea day. Okay, for sea day. We went to the Windjammer. We also just explored the ship. The ship was beautiful. Then we went to Chops Grill. Oh my God, Chops Grill was so good. We had the steak and the lobster. I had the Wagyu beef, the Wagyu steak. That was very good. Listen, I had to get that medium well because that came down like literally that went down like butter, y'all, like butter. It was so good, but it was an upcharge. But let me tell y'all, that was so good. What else did we have? They had the lobster. Of course, she had 2 lobsters. And then I had I added a lobster as well with my Wagyu beef.
Was it 2 or was it just one really big one cut in half?
I don't know, but it was very, very big. Yeah. And then I had, what else did we have? We had
asparagus.
You went to play. Oh yeah, you had asparagus and
the cake.
I had that red velvet cake, which is always good on Royal. Oh my God, y'all, that red velvet cake. Oh, I can't wait to go back. Listen, we about to go back on another cruise in a minute, and I'm gonna get me some more of that red velvet cake, y'all. So please believe we gonna get it in. All right. She wasn't a fan of that. All right. She wasn't a fan of that.
I like it. It's just too much after you've already eaten. I probably had like 10 lobster tails that day. Oh, well, the day before. Yeah. And then had lobster that day.
Yeah, because. Yeah, and touching back on embarkation day, listen, lobster tail, shrimp, filet mignon, They do it like no other, y'all. All right, listen, we didn't have to have no seasoning for that steak or that stuff we was eating, and we brought seasonings. We brought Old Bay, we brought hot sauce, we brought everything. And let me tell y'all,
yeah, I don't think
that stuff was so good. It was too good. Okay, so for C-Day, after we did that, once we did chops, we went to. I think you was going to Playmakers for your Lions game, of course, because they lost, and then you was pissed off about that, and I can understand that. You know what I'm saying? Listen, she was already beefing with all the other all the other people on the ship. She was already beefing with all the other people on the ship that was wearing Eagles jerseys, and then to her surprise, she ran into a whole bunch of her people, one pride on the ship. She ran into a lot of people. And then, not to mention, like, there was some old people fist bumping me and her, like, that was wearing, like, Lions apparel. Like, it was people on the ship. They was giving her props, man. They was showing her a lot of love with the Lions gear on. I ain't gonna lie. They was showing her a lot of love. All right?
Pride was on Icon.
Yeah, listen. They were showing up and showing out on Icon. I can't lie. They were showing up and they were showing out. All right, and then C-Day got us hyped for our first port, which was Costa Maya, where it sucked. All right, it sucked. Let me keep it 100 with y'all, man. Costa Maya sucked. We got there. It was beautiful, okay? It was beautiful when we got there, but of course, going to Costa Maya, we had an excursion, which was first we had something called Aldea Through the Ages, Mahi, or something like that. And it was supposed to be like some type of little dance ritual with rum tasting or something like that. I hate that our plans got canceled like that, like last minute that night. And we had to go to the Jacobin ruins. And we had those, as you seen on the video, those guys was following us around and harassing us and going through the whole little scenario. It was a bunch of guys that was there with their cameras, and they were there filming. You can tell that they were filming. It was a bunch of Asian guys. They had big DSLR cameras, bigger than mine, of course, must I tell you. And neither one of the people that were there, like our tour guide or some of their staff, none of them confronted those guys, but they came at me for some reason because I got mine rigged up with a DJI mic and some other little, that's all I got on my mic really was a DJI mic attachment. And all of a sudden I'm getting harassed about the whole situation. I'm like, are you really going to harass me about something so little like this? And it just kind of it really pissed me off, but it also made the wife feel uncomfortable. Like, don't sit up there and be trying to follow us around and harass us and trying to see what we doing, trying to see if we still trying to record on the low. Yeah. Like, it was just ridiculous, man.
Because it wasn't about the ruins being sacred. They wanted us to pay them money.
Exactly.
In order to film it.
And not to mention, y'all, for that excursion, I paid like $144 per person for that excursion. Oh, yes, I found it on my cruise statement. It was $144. Like, which I feel like it's not even worth that because we drove literally 50 minutes just to get there like to hour. It was like an hour to get there to the Jacobin ruins from the cruise port. So we drove 50 minutes. Mind you, we went to sleep. And then we woke up and then had to deal with some unnecessary circumstances, which was kind of crazy to me. So I just felt like it wasn't really worth the money. So if you're thinking about Jacobin ruins, don't book it because I'm telling you right now, guys, like it's not worth the hassle. It's not worth the trouble. We didn't really like that.
Because besides the one main ruin that everybody sees that's on like the picture, which they don't allow you to get close to it anymore. You can't walk up it anymore. You see it from, I don't know, maybe a couple 100 feet away. And then everything else is just walking through forest with bugs.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, these are ruins, but you can't see them because we haven't unearthed them yet. So it's like, well, what's the point?
Well,
I'm just looking at a pile of dirt that you haven't uncovered yet.
Well, they did have one excursion I was interested in that I was thinking about. It was like a water excursion, I think, like getting on a water boat. I should have chose that one. Because, truth be told, I mean, it's like some type of party boat or something like they had. I should have did that
probably
one.
would have been better. But remember,
I
you
shoulda
went and
did
did
that
it
one.
while I was at the bar watching the game. So
Yeah, I
didn't
did go
know
to
what
I
you were
did go
doing.
to the excursion while she was at Playmakers, and Playmakers is a beautiful bar on board the ship as well. It was cool. Like, we meant to actually try out the hot wings because the hot wings did smell very good, but we never got around to doing it on the ship because we had so much other things that we were doing on the ship, y'all, to a point we didn't really think about it that much.
We had also just come from Chops, so we weren't hungry for them.
Yeah, that's
we
true.
would have
That's
wasted
true.
them anyway. We were in
that's true.
Playmakers 30 minutes after we left Chops.
Yeah, that's true. As soon as we left as soon as she went to Playmakers for her game, I told her that we had that Elemental Beauty Starburst thing that was booked. So I went over there and I watched it. I watched the skating show, the ice skating show, I mean, for the Elemental Beauty Starburst. And of course they did it with the whole periodic table from people skating and stuff, and they just kind of tried to mesmerize you with the whole little periodic table as they were ice skating. And don't get me wrong, Royal does it like no other with their ice skating shows and their entertainment. So I can't say that it was a bad show. It was definitely good. Do you have anything to put in on that, babe?
It was Sunday Night Football. I wasn't thinking about no ice skating.
Yeah, pretty much. So I understand. I understand. I feel that. Okay, and then once we got back to the room from all of that, we went ahead and we got ready for Royal Town, Honduras the next day, which was an amazing day for us. Like, once we woke up front to that bad news of Costa Maya, and we went through the whole fiasco with Costa Maya. Let me mention from Costa Maya, we met Rover on the ship that day with Costa Maya,
doggy.
the dog, and the actual Royal Caribbean dog on the ship. She actually lives on the ship. Rover actually lives on the ship.
He's a cutie.
And she was very happy. Very, you could tell that dog was very happy. From every other dog that I've met that's been a jack. I ain't gonna say it. So Royal Town, Honduras was an amazing port for us because once we got there, Babe was doing her makeup early that morning. She was getting ready to get out there. We was about to get ready to get out there. We went to the Windjammer, enjoyed a good breakfast. Then, because we didn't want to be hungry getting off the ship. So we left, got off the ship. We got ready to get on our little tour bus to go down. Well, it wasn't a tour bus, more like a van, like a cooped up van to get down there to the excursion that we had, which is called the Monkey and Sloth excursion. So with the Monkey and Sloth excursion, I think that it was a good excursion. We had fun that day. Of course, we got to see a lot of the iguanas. We got to see those monkeys. Of course, Bae fell in love with the monkey. Of course, with Andres. That's his name, Andres.
He was so cute.
And then we also saw a few of those birds, with the beaks that look like hers. But no, I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. We got to see a few of those birds. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had iguanas. Of course, the sloths. They had a lot of those sloths there. They
were cute.
They had some baby sloths. They had some adult sloths. And then we had some people they was telling us that we couldn't really touch them like that, but there were some people that went against the grain and still was touching them, kind of crazy, trying to kiss the sloths and, other things. And, we just was like, ugh, like, what are you doing? Like, this is crazy, man. Like you shouldn't be extra like that, all right?
Because they told us it was for their safety with, like, health reasons and, people putting on suntan lotion and all of that kind of stuff. It gets them sick. So that's why they said don't touch them. But
Right.
some people
Some people
just do the most.
That is very true. And then soon as we and then I also tipped the guy, our tour guide. I tipped him because he was just so helpful. He helped us out. I can't remember his name, but shout out to you, dude. And then also our tour guide, she was quizzing us while we was on the way back to the port. Like, she was giving us like some of the history of Roatan, Honduras. Also telling us how their elections work and just some of the tidbits of the island. So we did appreciate that. And that was very informational for us because we didn't know a lot of those things. But
I think the wildest thing I learned is that they don't have speed limits.
Oh, yeah, they didn't have speed limits in Roatan, Honduras at all.
No speed limits, not in the street lights. Like, it's just...
What you see is what you get, pretty much.
She said they have suggestions.
Hey,
like,
listen.
You might want to slow down because it's a curve here.
Soon as and honestly, we give that. I can give that excursion I want to give that excursion like a 9.5 out of 10. I don't want to give it. I know I said 10 out of 10 on the video, y'all. No, you know what? Bump it.
I'm trying to think of an excursion that I would say was a 10 out of 10 out of all the ones we've done on every cruise.
I'll give it a 10 out of 10 because we went and actually tasted chocolate after we went over there. And honestly, the guy was giving a basic like breakdown of everything. Like, he was telling us like the chocolate there is one of the natural resources. They use it for everything, like just high cholesterol, diabetes. They're using it for like a whole bunch of stuff. And then he also said it's a natural aphrodisiac. You hear it on the video. I was like, woo! Because as soon as he said aphrodisiac, I was like, woo! I was like, man, you don't need that.
Over there. I was outside.
But that was so dope, y'all. That was so dope. We did appreciate that experience. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 because you know what? It was a great experience. And honestly, for that Jacobin Ruins, man, I'll probably get that like a 2 out of 10 because that was trash. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, that was like one of the worst excursions from Costa Maya. I get that like a 2 out of 10. But the Roatan, Honduras Monkey and Sloth tour, I get that a 10 out of 10, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. If you ever go to Roatan, Honduras, do the Monkey and Sloth tour. I'm telling you, 10 out of 10. All day, every day, 10 out of 10. And they also gave us some Honduran money, but we don't have it right now at the moment. But it was a Honduran dollar, and they also gave us a Honduran coin as well, but some actual currency. So we actually have that stuff on us, but we didn't have it we don't have it right now for the full review. But we went back to the ship. We enjoyed the rest of our day. Of course, when we got back on the ship, I think we chilled out. We ate dinner that night. I think it was it Caribbean night, I think, when we got back on the ship? Yeah, it was. It was Caribbean night. So we got on the ship.
That was that night?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, man, it was Caribbean night. And Babe was a little bit excited because...
I love oxtails, and they had oxtails. I was shocked.
Yeah, and then you lost your glasses that day too, remember?
My sunglasses. I left them in the Windjammer that morning.
Yep, and then...
But that's why I don't buy expensive sunglasses like this one. My sunglasses come from Amazon, $10.
Oh, come on. We went down there for a Caribbean night. They had jerk chicken wraps. They had
that was good.
Jerk chicken. They had the jerk sauce. Somebody's Jamaican auntie was in there cooking for sure. Let me tell y'all something. They had oxtails, rice and peas. They had cabbage, curry goat. They had curry, whatever you wanted. They had anything Jamaican you can think of, they had it.
And when they said Caribbean, I was expecting that conch stuff that they have in the Bahamas.
Oh, yeah.
I was not expecting to see oxtail, like jerk.
That was a shocker because...
I expected maybe the chicken, but definitely not like a giant pot of oxtail. I did not.
And you know what? I should have tried the oxtails, man. I should have tried the oxtails.
They were good. Now, they weren't like the most tender oxtail I've had, but they were good. They tasted good. They could have been a little more tender, but you know, I wasn't complaining. It was the Windjammer. All you can eat oxtail. You don't come by that too often.
You don't? And let me see. So from that point there, I think we was trying to get on the Flow Rider that day. We couldn't get on the Flow Rider, so we were. We were trying to. Well, I was trying to get on the Flow Rider that day. Let me correct that. I was trying to get on the Flow Rider, but they was telling me that I had to. First, you have to take a health questionnaire. Not per se, but you have to look at a video and also verify to see if you're able to get on the Flow Rider, and which kind of took very long to do and watch. And then I asked Bae, did she want to actually get on the Flow Rider? And then
I said no.
She said no, but then I kind of dragged her into it because she was like, you know what, let me go ahead and get into it. And she started.
No, I didn't.
Listen, you got on that iPad and then you was like, you know what, I'll go ahead and I'll do it. And then you watched the video and you did it.
I didn't watch the video. That's why the man kept telling me, you need to watch the video. I was like,
well, whatever. Caribbean night, we went back to the room. Of course, I got an ice cream. Listen, the ice cream options on that ship was very good. Some of the free options. I ain't even mention like Base Camp. Base Camp's burgers was so good. Like I ain't
isn't
like
that another day?
Actually, I think
that's the day we actually got on the Flow Rider.
on the water slides.
We did that
on the water
day?
stuff. Yeah, we're on the water. No, which day was the water slides?
Mexico.
Okay, so that's the next day.
Costa Maya, the other one.
Okay.
What was the other one? Cozumel.
Yeah. So let me clear that up then. Let me clear that up then. Okay, so Roatán, Honduras was a good day for us. All right, so let's move on. Let's move on to Cozumel.
Yeah, you said you got ice cream. Sprinkles.
Okay. So I got ice cream at Sprinkles.
And Sprinkles doesn't have sprinkles. Just putting that out there.
Which was kind of crazy to me. Like, how you gonna call
That's
yourself
the only
Sprinkles
way I eat ice cream.
and you don't have sprinkles? I mean, like they had sprinkles in the Windjammer with ice cream and stuff.
They should have just called it scoops or something.
Yeah.
Or swirls.
Yeah, that's
why
true.
I call it sprinkles if you don't have sprinkles.
That is true, Royal Caribbean. Why don't y'all just call it swirls instead of sprinkles? Because if you don't have actual sprinkles, then what's the point? I mean, that doesn't make any sense.
It was just soft serve.
Yeah, so that's all it is.
Change the name to swirls, and I'll be happy.
Yeah, that's true. And let's move on to day 5, which is Cozumel, Mexico. Okay, so Cozumel, Mexico, that was our second time there, okay? And we got up that morning. We went to the Flow Rider because we had an appointment at the Flow Rider to get on and try it out. Of course, there was tryhards and there was guys there that was showing off on the Flow Rider, as always. You know.
It was a dude there that had his own Flow Rider boards, which was insane to me. You ride that thing that much that you bought your own board and brought it on the ship. And somebody tried to use it. He was like, "Oh, that's mine." I was like, "You brought your own board?"
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's extra. But
I mean, for somebody to be like, "Yeah, I got a actual Flow Rider board," is kind of crazy to me.
Like, you know how you got to ride that thing like all day to justify bringing your own board on the ship.
Yeah, that was kind of ridiculous.
But every time we went up there, he was there.
Man, Jesus Christ. Okay, so we got on the Flow Rider. Listen, that water was kind of aggressive getting on the Flow Rider. Like I literally when I got on it, I was complaining about it because like I wear contacts and glasses, y'all. So I'm a blind bat, all right? I'm blind. And when I got on it, the water was splashing me all in the face. I was very uncomfortable on that thing. I was like, you know what? Next time I'm going to take my contacts off and I'm going to actually find a way to like maybe wear some goggles or something next time. That way I ain't got to be dealing with this.
You wear stuff like that on there.
I don't know either, but you know what? Next time I'm gonna try that.
I don't wear contacts or glasses, and I couldn't see because it was spraying in my face.
Yeah, it was just spraying all in my face, and I was just, and then those guys just sitting up there yelling at you, hands on the board, and you know, trying to make sure that you doing the right thing on the board or whatever. But listen, I'm an advocate for teaching somebody the right things, but I think that you should pull somebody to the side and then tell them exactly how to do it first. But also, if you're gonna tell us how to do it, there's a lot of stuff going on while you're on that board. Like mind you, Bae was on the board. She was laughing, like she was like giggling
because I was nervous.
And I was sitting up there trying to hold this. I was trying to sit up there and hold the camera steady while she was laughing, because I'm sitting up there laughing too because she's laughing. And I'm like she looking back at the guy. He's trying to tell her what to do. She in there like laughing at him in his face, like she's sitting up there laughing and smiling like, see, look, she's crazy. But anyway, she was laughing. It was a fun time. We had a fun time, okay? And once we got off the actual Flow Rider, we went down to Cozumel and we ate. That food was so good. I had the Nacho Tower.
And Margaritaville.
At Margaritaville. And
last time we went to Three Amigos.
Yeah, we went to Three Amigos last time.
I think I like Margaritaville more than Three Amigos.
Yeah, I do too. I think I like Margaritaville a little bit more better. We sat there, we ate. I had a Nacho Tower. You had the guacamole?
Yeah, fresh guacamole. They made it at the table.
Yeah. And then
I had tacos.
Yeah, tacos, and the waitress, she was so dope. She was so cool. Like, she actually subscribed to my channel. Shout out to her. She came over there. She was giving us giving us our food and stuff. But she was cool, man. And I also had that I had that Jello shot. Bae was sitting around. She loved that Jello shot, but she was scared because she didn't want to get drunk. I was telling her, like, listen, man, one ain't gonna do it to you. Right? You gotta have a few. I don't
drink at all. So
you gotta have a few of those.
One
to
is
get
liable
drunk.
to take me out. So
you gotta have more than one to get taken up out of there.
I don't know.
We did have a good time though. We really did. Cozumel was nice. We went and got some souvenirs, and then we got back on the ship because we don't play around in Cozumel. I heard that the police in Cozumel are a nuisance to outside travelers now.
Yeah, Cozumel is like the only port where you feel like you're going through TSA to get back on the ship.
Yeah, you do, because you literally have to go through another security checkpoint to get back on the ship, which is crazy.
Yeah, like with X-ray scanners and stuff like that.
And I really didn't like that. I kind of felt a little uncomfortable with that. So I think that they need to actually do something with that at Cozumel if they expect more people to want to go to Cozumel.
Right, because it's like you had to do that, and then you had to do the scan again once you got on the ship. So it's like a double checkpoint when you go to Cozumel. Okay. We were supposed to go to something that night, weren't we? Was it Love and Marriage or something like that?
Oh yeah. We were supposed to go to Love and Marriage that night at Cozumel on the ship.
We were just tired.
And then we were just tired. We went to sleep. Like, we didn't do anything but just go to sleep. We was like, all right.
We set alarms for it to get up, but we just kept turning them off and went to bed.
Yeah, after that we just kept turning them off and just going to bed that night. And then after Cozumel, then we had our last sea day. We got up that morning, got breakfast. We roamed around the ship, did a few little picking around the ship, just checking things out around the ship. We ate at Sorrento's, got some pizza, other things like that. We didn't really show that on cam this time when we went to Sorrento's, but the pizza is top notch at Sorrento's. It's really good. Let me see. And then on our sea day, we went. We did a few little things on our sea day. Just chill, lounged around a little bit, and then we went to Hook Seafood that night. So with us going to Hooked, the food was decent. I don't think that it was top notch like everybody was hyping it up to be.
I don't even remember what I had.
Bae had the grilled shrimp, the grilled salmon, and the grilled lobster tail, and I had the surf and turf, which was the steak and lobster. and I had the decadent brownie with ice cream, and she had, what was that thing?
I have no idea.
I don't know what it was, but
I don't think I liked it.
Yeah, I don't think you liked it at all.
But I don't like sweets for real, so.
Yeah, that would explain a lot. She does not like sweets at all, y'all. So only time she'll eat sweets is
a Publix birthday cake once a year.
Yeah.
Or those little, what's the whipped icing cupcakes from Kroger. That's it.
That's it. She is very picky when it comes down to sweets. Me, on the other hand, I'm a sweets connoisseur when it comes down to like when I'm on vacation, but that's crazy because at home, like, I'm not really that big on like sweets like that when I'm at home. Like, I'll eat some sweets, but I'm not really big on a whole lot of sweets at home. I'm not. What you talking about? Like I'm not, man. I'm not.
Stop the cat.
Oh man, come on, man. Come on now. Anyway. What else did we do on our last sea day? On our last sea day,
didn't we go to what's the pool hideaway that night?
Oh yeah, we sure did. We went to Hideaway that night, and we also got in the hot tub. Listen, man, we had a good time. They was playing music out there. They was playing.
Yeah, we got in the pool.
The infinity pool. We was
tub.
having such a great time out there, y'all. Mm-hmm. Like, that was such an amazing moment for us. Like, getting out there in the infinity pool. Mm-hmm. We had a great time. And I
feel like we did something after that.
That day.
When did we go to the Wizard of Oz?
That day we went, since it was our last sea day, remember we got on the water slides?
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
We got on the water slides on our last sea day, and we couldn't film it because they told us, like, we can't film it unless you was a high-ranking influencer or a...
You had to get, like, pre-approval.
Oh, you had to get pre-approval, of course, to do all that. And it's like, how you supposed to get pre-approval unless you somebody that's in media or you're a...
Just write a letter.
I don't know. But whatever the case is, y'all. Whatever the case is.
It was fun, though.
Yeah, it was very fun. We had a good time on our sea day. But it was also a sad moment for us because we knew that the next day we were going to be getting ready to get up out of there. And it was going to be a sad moment for us.
No, we went to Coco.
Yeah, we went to Coco, but we know that since that was our last sea day, we knew we only had one more day to have fun on the ship.
Oh, yeah, well.
So, our last day at Coco Cay, all right? Our last day at Coco Cay, we arrived there. When we first got there that morning, all we heard was a perfect day at Coco Cay, all right?
Is it Bill Withers' Lovely Day?
Yeah, Bill Withers' Lovely Day, but they remixed it into Perfect Day at Coco Cay. Listen, that song always brings me joy when you come up there to Coco Cay.
Not always.
In the morning. Listen, not always, because you know what?
The last time we went to Coco.
On the lure, we did have that problem, and we didn't like that, all right? We didn't like that at all right?
It wasn't a perfect day.
It wasn't a perfect day. It was
an okay half day.
It was a half day for sure.
Coco Cay.
It was a half-ass day. But, you know, I'll take it, all right? I'll take it. All right? Because they did give me back some of my money, so I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about that. But Coco Cay was just amazing this time because we was able to get off the ship right on time. The gangway let open right at the time it was supposed to be let down. The people was rushing off trying to get that down to the island. Yeah. Like, soon as we got down there to the island, we was greeted with the dancers down there. That was actually the natives, the Caribbean dancers. They was down there wearing their Caribbean attire.
Yeah, it was like carnival outfits.
Yeah, and like the water slides to just seeing all those people between both of those cruise ships that was there, our ship, and I think it was Explorer of the Seas or something like that. It was another cruise ship.
Yeah.
But listen, we had such a great time. It was amazing. The people there were amazing. we didn't have no problems with that. Like, it was so amazing going down there to Coco Cay. Like, the food is always good. Like, we went down there to the we booked the Hideaway like last time. This time we got our money's worth. We went down there. We got on that little shuttle to get down there to Hideaway. Hideaway had, of course, we tried the pizza this time. The pizza was very good. The Bahamian pizza, whatever it was, barbecue chicken pizza. Bahamian barbecue chicken pizza or something like that. That chicken was that pizza was good, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, that pizza was good. And then we had the regular pepperoni pizza. That was good too. And then we tried the actual Hideaway burgers, not Hideaway burgers, the Hideaway chicken sandwiches and the other stuff that we had.
Yeah, it was still good. It's still good. The free food that comes with it.
Yeah. It was very good. I really did appreciate that a lot. I had appreciation for it. And also they had all that fruit and other things there that was good. They had the chocolate chip cookies, which listen, chocolate chip cookies was good. I ate those chocolate chip cookies. I ain't gonna lie.
Sweets?
Yeah, of course. Sweets, yeah. I was eating those now. All right. Listen, I'm like the cookie monster. All right, listen, man. But listen, I'm like the cookie monster. I'm like the cookie monster because I was down there. I was trying to eat all the cookies, all right. But you know, wifey was like, "Nah, you need to slow down on all the sweets on the cookies." But you know how it is. The swim up bar, of course, always a dope time. We finally when we got in that pool, we was having fun with the other people that were on the other cruise ships as well as our cruise ship. They had the beach ball out there. We was out there playing, swatting the beach ball with them. You know what I'm saying? We was having a good time, y'all. Listen, my favorite drink was the Miami Vice. That's the drink that I was getting all day, every day.
I don't remember what I had. It was a 0 proof. It was good.
Yeah, she likes those mocktails, not the cocktails. All right, so she even though it looked like an alcoholic drink, she actually getting like those Kool-Aid drinks. All right, because she's not an alcoholic drinker. All right, she don't drink the real drinks like me. All right, but it's all good, y'all. It's all good. But some notable mentions, of course, from our shows that we went to in the entertainment and shows. Wizard of Oz, that was one of the great shows that we went to go see on day 3 for Costa Maya. So that was a good show. Wizard of Oz was great. Listen, y'all seen that footage. I can't believe they even put that on a cruise ship. Like, for somebody to be swinging up in the air in the theater on a cable, like
on a bed.
Yeah, on a bed. Like, that was crazy. Like, I couldn't believe it at all, y'all.
And the witch flying around, riding a bike in the tornado or the twister.
Listen, that was amazing.
It was
that they
a good
pulled
production
it off. Like, they actually pulled that off on a cruise ship. So
yeah, they did that.
Y'all did that, Royal. Y'all did that. And then like I said, the comedy show, that was good. What other shows did we go to? The Aqua Show.
Always
the Aqua Show. We did that also on day 3. That was amazing because listen, we thought that wasn't gonna be a good Aqua Show due to it not being outside like how it was on Allure.
It doesn't look like the highest dive is as high as it is on the other ships that have the outdoor theater. Don't be fooled. It's still very, very high. It's higher than what it looks like.
Yeah.
Because we weren't expecting them to be jumping from where they were jumping from.
We weren't.
Like,
and it was good, y'all. Let me tell y'all, if y'all ever go on a ship like that, on the newer ships, you're going to be amazed, okay? They're going to show you why they're top notch at their shows.
Yeah,
okay?
The Oasis class shows are great, but what they can do with all those lights and the digital screens and all that stuff, because it's indoor now, it just adds a whole different level.
Yeah, different dynamic for sure. And also, let's talk about the ship design of the ship. The design of the ship was very modern, very colorful, very futuristic. It just screams at you like brand new paint job. Like when we got on the ship, like even what you said on embarkation day, you was like, I can't even believe we on this ship. Like, how do we make it on this ship? Like, just the design of the ship itself, like you can see all those swings out there and other things that they have out there on the ship. That just it just puts you in that mindset.
It just felt like everything flowed into the next thing. Like it wasn't very choppy where you had to like run all around. Like you just flowed through each neighborhood, through each area.
Right, because they have different neighborhoods on the ship, like from like the Thrill Island to the
it was like going
Central Park to the Hideaway to
like from Chill Island
to Thrill Island
yeah.
to Surfside to so many other places around that ship. You're gonna be amazed. I'm telling you right now, like that ship, if it doesn't amaze you, I feel sorry for you.
Yeah, I just feel like each area is defined well.
And like I said, we touched on the excursions. The excursions, some were hit and miss, but we did enjoy ourselves nevertheless. Mm-hmm. The food on the ship, of course, was very good. Okay, I'm gonna say the food was very good on the ship. Even the specialty dining options, we touched on that a little bit. Even the free options was good.
And we ate at the Windjammer a lot more than we thought we would. We never actually went to the main dining room on the ship at all.
We never went to the main dining room because I think that we looked it up on the app, on the Royal Caribbean app. Because once you get on the ship, download the Royal Caribbean app. Make sure that you logged in because that's gonna be everything that you need to see for booking your shows to seeing what they have available in the main dining room at night. And if they don't have anything appealing to you for the main dining room, you can always go to the Windjammer and they will have literally like the same thing in there that they have at the main dining room.
And just the standard stuff too, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or more, or different.
Yeah, I mean, they'll have what they have in the main dining room, and then they'll have additional stuff that they won't have in the main dining room too.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, I was never disappointed in the Windjammer.
Yeah, and even the free options like Sorrento's pizza, like you'll never be hungry on that shit. Like you're gonna always have something to eat. Like even when we missed out on like going to the Windjammer one night, I think we just decided to just go get pizza and just call it a night, and it was cool. Like we didn't have no problem with that. Like we just grabbed some pizzas and went back to the room and we chilled out for the night. And it was fine for us. Mm-hmm. We could have ordered room service like I normally do sometimes, but you know we just decided that hey, we just wanted something simple and just decided to eat some pizza.
And we had a room that was close to the elevator, so it didn't make the walk annoying.
No, it didn't.
Because most times we have to walk a long way down the corridor to get to the room.
And exactly, and I'm glad you touched on that because that was our next segment was the rooms. The rooms were nice. Listen, they had mood lighting settings for the rooms. Like, listen, I gotta keep it real. The mood lighting was just so amazing on the ship. Like, they got different settings for like morning, for whatever you want, whatever you need. Like they had it like even for sleep, they had it to where you can dim it all the way down to where you can like
just barely see it.
Just barely any light in the room at all. Like that room was so modern.
With the little touch panel.
Listen. And then also the thermostat, it was all built in together. It was just so amazing, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. You go on that ship and you get in a room like that, thank me later, all right? Thank me later. I'm telling you. You're going to enjoy it. The balcony, it was good. Like going out there on the balcony, it was fine. Like I loved it. I loved the balcony. I loved the just in general, like the whole experience in general, like the whole experience was just amazing to me. I couldn't believe that we was actually on that cruise ship to begin with, but the shower was good and hot every day. I got in the shower.
Water pressure was good.
The water pressure was real good. The toilet worked just fine. Yeah, it was enough room for me and wifey to do what we needed to do. So I can't say a negative thing about the room at all. Like the room was good. Except our room steward, she wasn't as attentive as we wanted her to be, but she did have to service a lot of people on that ship, on that floor. So I could understand, but also it was a few things that we just didn't really care for. I mean, as far as like the room, like, you know, I think it was like some of the, what was it, like some was it the sofa or something like that on the room? Or?
The only thing I remember not working right for the room was the light on the balcony.
Oh, the light on the balcony. I think we didn't really care too much for that because the light on the balcony didn't really work. Yeah. So we could have called guest services, probably could have complained about it, but you know, we decided to be, you know, we didn't decide to worry about that. Even though it was a newer ship, we felt like it should have worked because we were on a newer ship and we was going to complain about it, but we said no,
any complaint
it was
I had
fine.
About the room was small. Just that light, and up under the wardrobes, those baskets are so loud.
Oh yeah, them screechy baskets. That was.
I don't know whose idea that was to put those in there. It's practical. It's just loud.
Yeah.
You know, it came in handy that they were there. But it's like they need to just wrap it in like some, I don't know, feeder.
Yeah, they do. They need to put some pegs on it or something.
Something. Because it's so loud and screeches.
Yeah, and from the day we boarded the ship, let's talk about our internet. The internet on the ship was good for what it was worth. For the not for streaming, like if you plan on like uploading videos to YouTube or doing crazy tasks. Then no.
For uploading, no, but for streaming,
it was fine.
You could watch a YouTube video without it buffering.
You could watch a YouTube video without it buffering, and then also you can actually get on Instagram and post your videos and your photos on Instagram, no problem.
FaceTime was clear.
FaceTime was clear. Facebook, Messenger, and all that. You can do all of that on the ship with that. That internet was fast for that. Yes. But if you plan on doing like anything, like you're a content creator and you want to upload stuff to YouTube, then it's gonna take a while. It's definitely gonna take you might be waiting the whole day for something to upload. If you're gonna do that, you're gonna be waiting the whole day. But you know that's pretty much it for the internet. But like I say, for dining and specialty, we kind of touched on that with Izumi and Hooked and Chops Grill. Those were the only 3 specialty dining options that we did book on this cruise. So that was pretty cool. Drinks, of course, on the ship, they were good. Like I said, I had Miami Vice. That was my drink. It was pretty good. You know, I touched on that. People and the smells on the ship. Listen, the people, I don't really like the people that much. But I could say that day 2, when we woke up and we went to the Windjammer, we smelled nothing but funk. All right, funk. Capital F-U-N-K, funk.
It smelled like a dog kennel. Like going in PetSmart or Petco, like in that elevator bank right before you get in the Windjammer.
I'm like, how do you wake up and you stink? Like literally. First thing in the morning, and you got a shower and all that stuff on the ship.
And you know what's crazy? We met Rover on the ship, the Royal Caribbean dog, and she smelled like baby powder. The people smelled like dog. That was crazy to me.
She said it, not me. All right, she said it, not me. And then let me address the elephant in the room, okay? Let me address the elephant in the room. The lady from the Facebook group, and let me address the elephant in the room, all right? The lady from the Facebook group, the lady on the Facebook group told me that she didn't want me to film her, or would I be respectful enough not to film her when I'm on the ship. I did not run into that lady at all. I did not see that lady. She said that she was gonna put her hands up like this if I was gonna be in the way recording or whatever the case may be. And listen, I'm a content creator, but I'm respectful of people's space. and their privacy. I'm not about to get ready to. That's why a lot of time when y'all see me recording and y'all see me put the camera down sometime, that's because I respect people's privacy. I don't believe in recording. Excuse me. I don't believe in recording people against their will and their wishes. Like, I'm respectful enough to hold that down. But for you to say, oh, I'm sitting up here recording you, you made a big deal out of nothing on the Facebook group. That was just ridiculous. You know what I mean? So with that being said, like, there's over 6,400 people on that ship, including you. So why would I be interested in you? You're not the star of the show, man. So with that being said, I think that I pretty much explained my point. You know what I'm saying? I think I actually touched on that, but nobody knows you and nobody doesn't care, ma'am. Nobody cares, all right? You're just being a Karen. So let's keep it 100% real. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You're being a Karen. But thank you for noticing. All right. Thank you for noticing. And all right. And last thing for this review is the grand total for everything I paid for this whole cruise, like between hotels, Ubers, specialty dining, internet, water, excursions, travel tickets, to parking, to like I said, Ubers, Sugar Factory, hotels, wild bands, to soda packages, to like I said, the excursions, and yeah, and also the whole cruise itself. The cruise costing me $4,076.12. But the grand total is $7,445 for this cruise. That's insane. $7,445. All right. That's the damage. And you see this one right here. That's what I paid for the cruise, y'all. All right. And see.
I paid.
Listen.
I paid my deposit.
Yeah, listen, she paid her deposit, all right? She paid her deposit, that was it.
What was that, $250?
Anyway, y'all.
I contributed.
Yeah, sure you did. Sure you did, ma'am. Sure you did. Anyway. That is it for the review of Icon of the Seas, and we did appreciate each and every one of y'all for checking out the video. Please drop me a like, comment, share, and subscribe, and also hit that bell to be notified of when I do post new content. And I do appreciate each and every one of y'all for checking out the video. This has been Calico the True Reviews and the wife, and we do appreciate y'all always, all the time. And y'all know my motto: you can say what you want to say. And to my haters, do what you want to do, but that still ain't going to change my point of view. This is Calico the True Reviews. Y'all take it easy. Peace.